historically, in testing that's been done, earlier planting tends to yield higher test weight, higher yields, and even some years less susceptibilities to certain types of diseases that oats might be susceptible to.
If the frost is out of the ground and the topsoil is dry, it's time to plant. We have put in oats when the snowbanks were still in the road ditches. But if the soil conditions are right to plant, we'll put it in. We just think the earlier the better.
And it seems like in late March, maybe, well, this year it was mid-March, there's a day or two when it's dry, and you kind of need to have the drill full of oats hooked on a tractor, so when you get that afternoon when it's fit in March, you can go out and put some in.
We also have to deal with making sure we have good soil seed contact, and that really hasn't been an issue on our farm with our corn and soybeans for quite a while, because our planters have been adapted to that. Our seeders for small grains have not. So we need to do a better job of trying to make sure that all of our conditions are as close to ideal as possible when we do get the chance.
Well, oats will germinate when it's cold, and then they're filling when it's not so beastly hot, because they don't like to fill under 85-degree temperatures like you get in late June. And so if you can, the earlier they fill, the higher your yield's going to be, because the date you plant them totally pretty much influences the day they fill, or the week they fill the seed. And if you can avoid some hot weather at filling time, that's a tremendous difference for yield.
These oats were seeded on March 13th. So that's a whole different story than when you seed on April 3rd.
We like to go in the end of March. I prefer to be mid-March if we can, but some years you just can't do that. It really depends on the weather. Oats will take a pretty decent frost before they die, so they can handle quite a bit. The earlier they plant in the spring on oats, the better, just like with corn, within reason. You'll get generally better yields, and you can reduce your planting population accordingly because it has more time to grow.
In the past, we've always waited till the middle of April, and we had a little test plot. It wasn't replicated, so it doesn't mean anything, I guess, but where we planted really early this year, and they were significantly better than the early April planted oats. So earlier the better, and again, that's why I like no-tilling into bean stubble, because if you get that dry day, you can just go out and plant them where you don't have to disc and wait for it to dry out and disc again. So, but early as possible is I think the best.